Hello everyone and welcome to Kim's Cozy Corner. We're going to finally tackle our largest potato bed today. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome for the first time. We are going to harvest, I think there are 6 different varieties of potatoes in this 17-inch metal raised bed, and we're going to harvest the whole bed, and we are hoping for an amazing harvest this year. This year's been a little different from other years in that the weather has been all over the place. Okay, that's nothing new. Just to be honest, that's nothing new. But it was rainier than usual. It was hotter than usual. Then it was drier than usual. Then it was wetter than usual, all over at the same time. So anyway, we're hoping that we had our watering even enough that we're going to get a decent harvest from this bed today. We're not going to do one at a time. We're going to head at this bed all at one time. I'm going to start on one end and little Miss Charlie's going to start on the other end, and we're going to just start separating these potatoes as we're digging through the bed. So let's just jump right in now. So first, let me show you the different degrees of dying back that these potatoes have been going through. We planted this bed on April 3rd. Today is July 21st. So here's the total number of days that this bed has been going. And I have both, not just both, I have early season potatoes, mid-season, and late season potatoes. So the time to they're ready to harvest is anywhere from 55 days to over 110. And so you're going to see different stages of dying back of all of these different potatoes in this bed. And I want to show you that before we start chopping away at the stems. On the back end here, I have purple Viking. That's a mid-season potato. And you can see that even some of these have died all the way back. And then you come down to this end to where the Canella is. There's the Canella right here. And these got a little green left on them, but they're died back pretty good as well. And then if you look at the Yukon Gold here, Yukon Gold is the only early season potato I planted, and every last one of these are completely dried out. We're going to get a variety of things in here. I do have potatoes above ground where they've been dug up in a few places, but y'all, I think we're going to do okay. We're going to have a good harvest. All right, so before we can harvest the potatoes, y'all, I have to get this trellising off the potatoes. I trellis my potatoes so that they can stay upright longer, giving them even more chance to a good harvest. So let's get the trellising out. I don't think I know anybody else, at least on stateside, that does trellising like I do. It's not a requirement, but it helped me last year, so why knock a thing that works, right? Charlie, you can get the scissors and start cutting at the base of these plants, the big thick ones.
I don't know how many to cut those.
Okay. I have some of my favorite potatoes in here, so I'm super excited to get to them. And we gotta get all of these out so we can get this bed replanted, or we're not gonna have time for a second harvest. Sometimes even when you're not feeling well, you still gotta spend some time in the garden so you don't lose all of the hard work that you've been putting in all season long. And today is one of those days for me. We have 6 different varieties and I got 6 different containers. I'm gonna line the containers up on this back side here until I have to move them out the way. I got some big ones too. I don't know if I need some big ones, but I got some big ones. All right. There are our 6. Oh, I don't have 6 containers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need one more. I'll take the little basket. There are our 6 containers. So we're going to harvest and we're going to put the potatoes in the proper container with the proper tag, and then we will weigh everything at the end.
There's a spider.
There's a lot of spiders in there. A whole bunch of. All right, y'all, our 6 varieties consist of purple Viking. Here's a picture of purple Viking. Nicola. Purple Viking, by the way, is my favorite potato. Nicola is becoming one of my favorite potatoes. Desiree, which is a red potato. Yukon Gold, which is an early potato. Canella, which is a russet potato. And then the last item down on the end is Kennebec. And so those are our 6 varieties that we're going to start harvesting right now. Charlie's going to harvest the Kennebec down on that end, the last one. Start at the very end. Yep, there you go. And I'm going to start down on this end. I'm putting my purple Viking tag in there, and we are ready to do this. My last harvest wasn't a good harvest, so I'm hoping this is a much better harvest. And I hope I didn't wait too long, because I normally don't wait this long. Purple Viking, some small ones. I'm hoping to find some bigger than that. There are some purple Vikings. You found any yet? There you go. Those are Kennebec down there. Oh, wow. Oh, look at that, y'all. That's a Kennebec. This is what we're talking about right here. Nice, nice. That's in your brown bin on the end. Kennebec has the longest storage life of all my potatoes, so we really want a good Kennebec harvest. And this does not seem to be the year for my purple Viking. I lost 2 containers because we didn't water them very well. So the purple Vikings didn't do well in those 2 containers. So I really need this raised bed to make up that difference for me. And then I had some mixed seed potatoes. I thought I was getting purple Viking, but it wasn't purple Viking, y'all. It was something else. I need purple Viking to do really well in this bed. And so far, so good. The soil is nice. And this bed was on drip the whole time. Oh, there's a nice one. There you go. Look at that bad boy. This, y'all, is what I like. Look at that purple Viking. And it's 2. There was 2 side by side. Look at that. This is going to make up the difference. Oh, and they're heavy by themselves. That's a pound, just those 2 potatoes. That's a weird shape one. Hold it up so we can see it a little better. That's a Mickey Mouse. Is it a Mickey Mouse?
Yes.
It's a Mickey Mouse. Ugh, big old worm. I hate worms. Yuck. Ugh. Ugh. He's still in there. He's doing his work. I'm going to leave him because he's working. Oh, a praying mantis. A little baby praying mantis on the side of my box right here. You see him? Praying mantis are supposed to be good luck for your garden. And there's an ant bed in here, so.
At least we saw 2.
I've seen more than 2. All right, I'm going to move away from purple Viking for the moment, and I'm going to move over into Nicola because I think they're cohabitating a space here. Whoa. Ah, that one split open. Ah, it is, but it looks like it was trying to heal over. We might be able to save it. We'll see. But there's some big purple Vikings, y'all. Uh-oh, I scratched something. A Nicola. Oh, whoo, nice. Nice. So there's my Nicolas, my purple Viking. There's another Nicola. Y'all, I think we're going to get a harvest, a good harvest. I'm feeling so good about these purple Vikings. I mean, let me see if you can even see them. Let me just lean over and show you these purple Viking. Look at that. So Charlie has this potato right here, and it has a green little spot on the end. Point to the little green spot. That's because that part was sticking above the ground. So we're gonna have to cut the little green spot off, but we can enjoy the rest of that potato. Thank you, Charlie. You just cut the green part off, and then it's a perfectly good potato. The one thing that I didn't do on my bed this year that I usually do is cover it with mulch to keep it from drying out as much. I didn't do that this year. Ugh, it was a grub. Yuck. Nicola is a waxy potato. It's good for salads. It's good, oh my goodness, breakfast potatoes. Ooh, these would be good as breakfast potatoes too. They're low on the glycemic index. Wow. That's the biggest Nicola I've ever grown. That's a nice size one there. This is the second year I've been growing that potato. I'm going to move on down here just so I can show you the other two varieties or three varieties, and then we'll keep working and bring you back when we get done. But I do want you to see all the varieties. So this is Desiree. That's my red potato. And Desiree did really well over at the neighbors. They looking a little small here. But it's the only red potato I grew this year. And that's Desiree right there. I'll pick just a couple more. Maybe I can get one that's a little better in size. Okay. They're kind of all mixed in together there. Wow. Look at that thing. Peanuts are always.
I'm sorry, I'm just. Oh. Steak. Where should I put the steaks?
You saw these potatoes you missed?
Jeez, I missed a lot.
Yeah, be getting them. I told you wasn't going deep enough.
No, I wasn't.
I'm going to keep working on the Desiree. Hopefully. There's one more Desiree. Well, the Nicolas spread it pretty good too here. I just wanted to show a couple Desirees.
Look at this.
That's a russet. That's a Canella. Russet potatoes are good for baking, like baked potatoes.
Oh, this is a russet,
And it's good for
Canella.
French fries. Canella is a russet potato. So I'm going to move on over here to the Yukon Golds, just so you can see what one looks like. But these Nicolais have spread all over the place. I got Nicolais from here to here. Now the Yukon Golds died back a very, very long time ago. So hopefully they're not coming up on me. These are Yukon Gold and they're tiny.
So tiny.
Yeah. But here's a nice size Yukon Gold. Look at that Yukon Gold. Here's another Yukon Gold.
Is this a Yukon Gold? Because it was way
That's
over
a
here.
Yukon Gold. Yep.
Yeah, it was way over here.
Yukon Golds are everywhere, huh?
Please.
Maybe I only did one row of the russets. I don't know.
I'm just looking.
This is a Yukon Gold that was above ground that got ate on a little bit.
Found another Yukon Gold. Oh.
Whoa, that is not a Yukon Gold.
What is it?
That is a Kennebec.
Jesus, thing's huge.
That's a Kennebec. That thing is amazing. I've shown you some. Well, you really haven't seen any russets yet. Here's a nice russet I can show you. I was hoping Charlie would get to show you a russet, but there's a russet and there's a Yukon Gold. And we're going to turn the camera off and we're going to clean this bed out, y'all. We're going to get it out and we're going to get these potatoes harvested. I will bring you back as soon as we finish this bed. Well, y'all, here's the harvest from that 17-inch metal raised bed. Let me bring you in close to show you what we got. We had some that did very well. We had one that was an ultimate failure, but everything else I think did decently. So let me show you what we got. So that's Canella, that's the russet potato. They're smaller than I like, but it was only one row of 5, so I'll take it. The Kennebec is right here, and the Kennebec actually had quite a few real big ones that had rotted through. So the Kennebec we let stay too long in the ground or we would have had an even bigger harvest. This by far is the winner, Nicola. Nicola was all over the bed. I only had 2 rows, but I found Nicola from end to end in the bed. Purple Viking also did very well. Not many potatoes, but nice whomper size potatoes. Desiree did not do well at all. It looked like most of the potato seedlings were gone. So I believe the squirrels dug those up early on and only left me 2 spots that had potatoes in it. And then over here, this is my Yukon Gold. Not many, but some nice size in there. Overall, I consider that to be a decent harvest. So now there's only one thing left to do, and that's to weigh everything up. Which one are you gonna bag up for me? And I got ants all over me, y'all. But I did put some ant bait out as soon as I empty that bed. So we will work on that ant population so I can get that bed replanted. So we're gonna go from lightest harvest to heaviest harvest. So I think Desiree is gonna be the lightest harvest by far. And then I think what, Yukon Gold?
Probably is the heaviest one.
You think?
Yeah, because it has the biggest potatoes.
I don't know. Nicola's looking pretty big over there.
Yeah, it's a full basket.
I am now going to go ahead and weigh Desiree. 1.90. 1.90. Almost 2 pounds of Desiree, 1.9. So we will now weigh the Yukon Gold. They should get heavier and heavier. Okay. 4.64 pounds. 4.64 pounds. Okay. All right. I'm going to do the Canella next. 5.2 pounds. 5.2 pounds. All right. That's the russets. 5.2. We're going up and up and up. Now I'm going to do Nicola last because I think Nicola is going to be the heaviest. I really do. Now this one is split open bad. And again, that comes from a watering issue, but it's still edible. So we will eat it. And I didn't find any potatoes that weren't supposed to be here. So I believe we only had that one mismatched potato, that one seed potato that was something else. All of the rest of these look good. I almost had lost faith in my ability to grow potatoes for a minute there, y'all. I was really, really concerned for a minute. That last harvest in my mind was a fail. But you know, I held my chin high and I said, let's keep going. Let's keep going. All right, so this is, we got Kennebec. I don't know. I'm gonna go ahead and do, both of these are about the same to me.
What do you mean
The weight feels the same.
What's that one?
Purple Viking. Purple Viking feels about the same as your Kennebec. Oh my goodness.
Oh, you're wearing Purple Viking right now?
Yes.
How much does it weigh?
9.84.
Jesus.
9.84. Yes. And I can't put all of them in there. I ain't gonna be able to carry that tub. All right, so this is Kennebec. Let's see which one's gonna be more, Kennebec or Purple Viking. Kennebec got it.
Knew it. Kennebec got it.
10 pounds, 63.
10 pounds?
10.63.
About
Whew.
11 or 12.
All right. We doing it. We doing it.
10.
All right.
Yeah, I think
The last one. And y'all, it's heavy.
that one's got it.
It's heavy. Please stop.
Stop what?
It needs to beep. Oh, 14.08. 14.08.
I knew it was going to be a lot.
Woo! Oh my goodness. Woo! Y'all, we did it. Y'all, we did it. We did it. Y'all, that's a good harvest from that one bed. That one bed gave me a lot. And so, as always, here are the weights. I'm putting the weights right up to the side right here for you. Canella, Desiree, of course, came in at the lowest rate, but I only had 2 seed potatoes. All the rest of them were removed by probably the squirrels. And then my best is the Nicola, which is becoming one of my favorite potatoes. It's a smaller potato, but it is so prolific. It did well at the neighbors, it did well in a grow bag, and now it's doing well over in my garden too. But y'all, here's the total weights. I still have 2 more areas, a box, and 2 more pots or containers that I need to harvest. And that'll be everything from the first round. And my goal for the first round was to be well above 60 pounds. And I don't think I got anything to worry about now on being above 60 pounds for the first round of potatoes. Y'all, it was a good harvest. Whew, y'all, I was trying to hold all these up so I can show you everything I harvested, y'all, but it weighs too much. But this is a good harvest for a good day in one bed. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing to the channel, turning on notifications, and telling your friends and family all about it. This is the kind of stuff I like to do. I like to show you how I'm growing all of my own food. Now, of course, I can't eat all of this at one go, so we're going to have to preserve it as well. And I will bring you with me when I'm doing that preserving as well. So until next time, and I hope there will be a next time that you hang out at Kim's Cozy Corner with me. Bye.